Good evening to all. Do let me know, am I audible to everybody? Do let me know, am I audible to all? And tell me how's the everything is going on. Today actually I had little bit issue with my camera, so I was fixing that and went 5 minutes late after fixing it. Do let me know, am I audible to all? Very good evening, Siddharth. Very good evening, Prince. I hope I'm audible. Okay, Monesaran. Cool, yeah, cool. So now I guess now we can begin. Now we can begin. We know that what we are following is we are following a 150 DH lead code series, right? And so nothing, it is sort of marathon which we need to complete anyhow. And we have already completed maths. Today we'll complete arrays, but we will see a lot of more patterns on array in these upcoming topics. Okay, I haven't mentioned here, but there is a one more topic, array with two pointer. I'll also mention that in the next slide. Cool. So now, not here. The oh, I haven't added actually. That question is move zeros, and that already has been asked in multiple companies, including Facebook, Google, Amazon, Adobe. I've seen Uber in multiple companies, and also you can see the logos on the thumbnail. You can read the company names as well. So now we'll move on the lead code, and here we'll search for our problem statement. But trust me, it's a super important problem because anyhow you're learning patterns nowadays. Once you learn these everything, you are going to be a hero in any coding interview. So are we ready? Write in chat. Are you ready? Because I'm ready to teach everything. Yeah, Siddharth. Cool, yeah. So now here I'll search zeros, move zeros. Uh, 1B was missing. Move zeros. This is a problem statement. It's an easy one, but it's still important because it has been asked in multiple companies. Why? Because there's something which you need to understand. The meaning of few words, which are very critical. Okay, so the question is given an integer array nums, which means what we have an integer array which name is nums. Now move all zeros to the end of it while maintaining the relative order. Two important things. Okay, first, what is relative order? First thing, cool. Second thing, of the non-zeros element. Second thing, note that you must do this in place. So what does it mean by in place? You must understand the meaning of these two words. Relative order, first thing. Second thing, in place. Okay, without making a copy of the array. So in place means that you cannot have another array with solution. You just have to modify the given one. You have to modify the given one. You see, you cannot return anything. It's void. So return type is void, which means you cannot return anything. Okay, but what you have to do, you have to modify the original array. That is the meaning of in place, where we cannot utilize any other data structure, which means that the space complexity of the program should be big of 1. You have to do it in constant space. First thing, I hope you understand the meaning of in place. Relative order means the order of actual element will remain same. For example, look at this. We had 0, 1, 0, 3, 12. We need to move zeros to the end, but the relative order, like 3 is coming after 1. So in the output array also, the 1 should come first, then 3 should come. The relative order. And after that there was 12, so we should have 12. We cannot have 3, 1, 12 because that time we are not maintaining a relative order. Relative order means the order of the element in the input array that should remain same in the output array also. So I hope you get the concept of both. Correct. Move all the zeros to the left. Correct, Prince. So now this is the problem statement. I'll go to the slide part and we'll understand like how we can solve this problem statement. Okay, cool here. Cool. So now here I'll take the input first. I'm assuming I have input value. which is what 0 comma 1 comma 0 comma 3 comma 12. Okay, so we have nums 0 comma 1 comma 0 comma 3 comma 12, I guess, right? So you remember the bubble sort, you remember the bubble sort, the one way anybody can think in their brain, the idea of solution one, the idea of bubble sort. So what we were doing is that in bubble sort, we were comparing the adjacent element, and what we were doing for ascending order, the heavy bubble were moving to the right part. That's what we were doing, right? So idea of bubble sort, if we'll implement, so how you'll write the algorithm in bubble sort, you were comparing the adjacent element, right? 0 comma 3 comma 12, which means you'll compare these, and if there is 0, you move it to the right part. So which means that if you apply the bubble sort, so what you will have in the next step, you will write 1 comma 0 comma 0 comma 3 comma 12, right? Again what you do, you'll compare again two adjacent element. Again, if they are 0, you'll swap them, right? So again, so they will remain same, right? Anyhow they will remain same, because 0 replaced by 0 means nothing, right? Again what you will do, you'll again compare the more other adjacent element, which means now this one. So again 0 will be moved to the end. So 1 comma 0 comma 3 comma 0, right? So that's the idea of bubble sort, which we already know, right? So means everybody can have a basic idea in their brain, so how we can do this. So the idea of bubble sort can be helpful, but I'll tell you why this solution is not very applicable. Cool. So now here what we can do, again you'll compare this part. So now 0 comma 3 comma 12 will come here, again 0 will be to the end, again 6 1. So now at last step, not actually this step has been complete, because we can reach to the end of the loop. So now again what will happen, the outer loop will execute, again you will have the step number 2. So what you will do in the step number 2, again you will start comparing from starting, right? From here itself, from here itself you'll compare 1 comma 0 comma 3 comma 12 comma 0. So you'll compare them and you'll swap them, because you get the 0 at right. So if you have 0, then swap it. So now you will have 0 means at right you have, so you don't have to, like, you have this for this step, this will remain same. For the next step, for 0 comma 3, you will swap them, right? So you will have, I'll erase this, I'll erase this first. Again what if you have a non-zero element at right, so you swap them, right? So that's the idea. So which means it will be 1 comma 3 comma 0 comma 12 comma 0, the idea of bubble sort, right? Again again third number, what you will do, again you will compare them, right? You'll compare them. So you will have 1 comma 3 comma 12 comma 0 comma 0. So that's how the whole array is now, all the 0 has been moved to the end. So simple, you can implement the bubble sort. But the problem with the bubble sort is that it will take the time complexity of big of n square. Yes or no? You know the time complexity of bubble sort, which is n square, right? Because you have to implement two loops to do this, right? But now let's think about, is there any other solution which is really helpful? So that idea is actually the two pointer. That idea is two pointer. So how we can do with the help of two pointer? Okay, how we can do with the help of two pointer? So now I'm assuming the same input, okay, and we'll see why we call it two pointer. So now the another optimized solution will be two pointer. So how we can do with the help of two pointer? Right. So that's a question. That's a question. So two pointer means always you have two pointers, means two pointer or variables. Two pointer or variables to move the things. To move the things. So that's the meaning of two pointer, move the things, and that can be anything. Right. So how we can implement here? So we had nums. Now here we had some value 0 comma 1 comma 0 comma 3 comma 12. So that's what we had, right? So now again I want, like, how we can implement two pointer here. You assume that your both pointer starts at 0 index. Okay, let's say I write here 0 pointer, which means place where I want actually non-zero element. So let's say a 0 pointer, and then an iterator which will iterate the whole array. Okay, cool here. So what I will do, if the iterator get non-zero value, what I will do, I will place that non-zero value at the 0 pointer. Hear me out very carefully. What I'll do, if I get at iterator, like at 0 index, iterator has 0, we will not do anything. Again, when iterator will move on the next element by means I equals to 2. So that time what we'll do, we'll see that on zeroth pointer we'll move that value, and again we'll replace that zero value with the I pointer, which means that we will have here 1 comma 0. Just swap them. If you get iterator at non-zero value. So what you have to do, very good evening, Yogesh. Actually, Siddharth, if you will create array list, that will not be applicable. Why is that? Because you have to do an in-place solution. Okay, you have to do an in-place solution. Cool. Now, iterator. Okay, so now iterator at non-zero value. If iterator at non-zero value, what you need to do? You have to swap values, right? So which means that our iterator, when this was on I, will swap the value of zeroth pointer and iterator. So now we have 1 comma 0. Again iterator will move further, and now if one swap has happened, you have to update your zero pointer. So now zero pointer at here at zeroth value, right? So now what will happen? Iterator will move one step further. So which means now iterator is here. When the iterator is here, you'll again see, is this non-zero? No, it's a zero. It's a zero. So you will keep remaining this. So now we have zero. Again, what you'll do, you'll keep iterator ahead. Now we get three. Three is a non-zero value, right? So what you will do, you'll swap. You will swap with the non-zero pointer. So now swap this 3 with this 0 pointer. So what you will have, 3 will come here, 3 will come here at this here, right? I'll write in a new line, probably, maybe that will be helpful for you to understand it more clear, right? And then we'll do dry run also. You don't have to worry about. Okay, so now previously it was 1 0 comma 3 comma, when iterator was on 0, right? That time we had this comma 12. And again what happened when iterator moved on 3? Now again iterator on the non-zero value. So what you will do, you will swap. So now 0 at means swap at zeroth pointer. Okay, so now here you will have 3, here you will have 3, and again at the ith pointer, the iterator pointer, you will have 0, because you have swapped the values. Now what will happen? Iterator will again move, and zeroth pointer also will move, because when you have the value at zeroth pointer, you have to update it. So now zeroth pointer at 0 value and iterator is at 12. Again you have non-zero value, which means again you have to swap. So now 1 comma 3 comma, I'll do a dry run after writing a code, so you don't have to worry about. Okay, so now what happened here? At zeroth pointer 12 has came, and 0 will go to the iterator. So now we have this. We have reached the end of the array, and now you see this in place. What we have all the zeros at the right part, right? All the zeros at the right part. So that's what we had to do. And for this purpose, you just have to write one loop, which means the time complexity, the TC will be big of n, the optimized solution. And you're doing in place, which means you're not even utilizing any other data structure. I hope it's making sense to all. Now I'll write a code and you'll understand. Okay. Subham Upadhyay, sir, we swap till have no non-zero element, and if we encounter 0, then we just have to move right pointer. Correct, correct, Subham, correct, Upadhyay. Now I'll go to the coding part here. So what we have planned is, I'll not implement the bubble sort. You already know. If you write the code for the bubble sort normally, you will have your solution. Okay. So now here what I'll do, I'll define a 0 pointer first. 0 pointer, and again I need one iterator to iterate the whole array. So here I'll start iterator from 0 index, because now our both pointer, 0 pointer and iterator, both are starting from 0 index, right? And I should go till the length of the array, which means till the last element, right? Till the last element. Again I plus plus. Cool, yeah, cool. So now what I want is, I want to check if what? If this nums I means the value at iterator is not 0. If the value at iterator is not 0, in this case, we have to swap the values with the 0th pointer, and we have to update the 0th pointer. Just wait, I'll do a dry run of this code, you'll understand everything. Okay, so you don't have to worry about a lot. It's a really cool problem. So now here we want to perform swap if our iterator on the non-zero value. So what I'll do, I'll write here int And will for swapping, you know the logic, right? We create a temporary variable, there we store the value of the thing which we want to swap. So nums I, and again at nums I, I'll place what? I will place nums zeroth pointer where the zeroth pointer was, right? So now swapping happened. Now at zeroth pointer, I'll update the temp. That's how you do swapping, right? That's how you do swapping. And when you have swapped the value, you have to update the zero pointer. So zero pointer plus plus. That's what hardly you have to do. Okay, that's what maximum you have to do. And now what I will do? Now what I will do? I'll run this, it's working fine. And now I'll submit this, okay? And then we'll understand the dry run of it, how it's working. It's beating fine, okay? Because other people has performed some kind of tricks which are not, really not sensible. But cool, yeah. We have our perfect solution, which will take the space at complexity of big of 1, which means we are doing in place, and the time complexity of big of n, which is a perfect valid solution. So now here what I'll do, I'll copy this code and we'll go to our slides, and here I'll paste this solution. Um, First I have to stop my slides showing to save this. Keep. Okay, now I'm here. Here I'll paste it. At home we will have little text to understand it more better. Okay, now here we go. So now cool, I hope it's visible to all, right? So what I will do now, will do a slide so again to understand it better. Cool, yeah. So this is what solution we had implemented, right? And let's see how it's working. Okay, let's see how it's working. So what we had, I'll take a yellow color. Okay, we had nums is equals to what? 0, 1, 0, 3, 12, right? This is what we had. So now what we need to do, we have initialized our 0 pointer here at step number 1. Step 1. So our 0 pointer is on 0, right? And again our iterator I is also on 0. Look at this. Our iterator and 0 pointer both are on 0. So what we are doing is that we are checking if our iterator is on the non-zero value, which means we'll check the condition first. So now tell me in the if is nums 0, because I value is 0, is nums 0 not equals to 0? Is it true or false? It's false, right? Because at 0 index we have 0. So this will not work, which means first time this has been skipped. Next time what will happen? I plus plus, because the right pointer has increased by 1. So now in step number 2, what you will have, the iterator's value will be 1, right? And again the 0 pointer is 0, right? So now what you'll do, you'll check again. Is at the 1 index we have non-zero value? Yes, we have non-zero value, which is 1, right? So which means that it's true. Nums 1 means I equals to 1, I equals to 1, not equals to 0, and this is true now. And if this is true, then we'll swap the values of the 0th pointer and the iterator, right? And we'll increase the 0th pointer. That's what we have thought about, right? So now what you will have, you'll swap the value, which means you will have an array at the 0th pointer. What you will have, look at this. In temp what you are having, tell me here. In temp you are having the nums I, which is 1. I'll write here also. In temp you will have nums I, and nums I is 1, and the value of one index is 1. So the value of temp will be 1, right? Yes or no? Again at nums I means at one index, what you are storing, the value of 0 pointer, right? It means at 0 index. So what you have on 0 index, you have 0. So which means now your array should be here, will be what? 0, 0, 0, 3, 12, right? So now here on the next step, what you're doing, you're updating that 0th pointer 2. So now on nums, and the value of 0 pointer is 0 as of now. You see this, right? So here you're updating the value of temp, and temp is 1. So now your updated array will be at 0th index, you will have 1, 0, 0, 3, 12. Now you tell me what will be the next 0th pointer. So next 0th pointer should come here, not here, right? So you have to increment by 1. So now the JP plus plus, which means that now the value of 0 pointer will be 1, right? And we reached the end of the loop, so we'll do I plus plus, right? So the iterator will be now on step number third, the value of iterator will be 2, the value of 0 pointer will be 1, right? And we have array as 1 comma 0 comma 0 comma 3 0 comma 3 comma 12, right? So this is what we have, is 3. Okay, now what you have to do, you'll check again on I is equals to 2. Do we have non-zero value? Tell me, on I is equals to 2 when the index is 2. Look at this, here in the index is 2. Do we have non-zero value? No, we do not have, which means that this if will not execute, will do I plus plus. We reach directly to the step number 5 or 4. At step number 4, you have I is equals to 3 and 0 pointer as 1 and the same array, right? Again, you'll see at third index, do we have non-zero value? Yes, we have non-zero value. If you have non-zero value on right iterator, then do one thing, swap it with 0th pointer, right? So you'll do a swapping, and when you'll do swapping, what will happen? It means that 0th pointer were here, JP was here, and iterator is here. You'll swap the values, which means you will have 3 here at 0 place and 0 at 3 place, which means 1 comma 3 comma 0 comma 0 comma 12. Yes or no? You reach the end of the loop, you'll increase the 0th pointer. So 0th pointer will be increased by 1. Previously it was on the 1 index, now it will be on the 2 index, right? So here the JP 0 pointer will be increased by 1. Now it's a 2. It's a 2, right? On step number 5, on step number 5, what you will have? I will be I plus plus, which means 4, and 0th pointer will be what? 2. So now again you will compare. Do we at 4 index? At 4 index, when iterator is here, iterator is here. Tell me when iterator is here. Do we have non-zero value? Yes, we have a non-zero value. Yes or no? If you have a non-zero value, then swap it. Then what will happen? Tell me. Then what will happen? You will have after swapping, you will have the array, which means at iterator, when iterator was here at second index JP. So now 0 will go on the 12th place and 12 will come on the 0th place. So now you will have 1 comma 3 comma 12, and again this 0 has moved at the 12th place. So now you have this, and iterator has reached the end of the array, right? Now I plus plus, that will be the more than its length. That will be the more than its length, means equal to the length, and we are running till the less than length. So the condition will false and the for will stop executing, and you have now all the zeros moved to the right. Tell me, is this clear to all? Tell me, is this clear to all, or you have any specific doubt? Oh yeah, actually my video was also covering the right what I was writing, but nobody mentioned. Don't worry, I'll remember next time. I left that corner. Okay, I will left that corner. So tell me, is this clear to all, or you have a particular doubt? Is this clear to all? Cool, yeah, cool. I believe it's clear to all. And now what will be the time complexity for this? Okay, Siddharth. Now tell me, what will be the time complexity of it? Okay, okay. Yes, you can do using while loop also. You just have to initialize it at the top here, and you can put this condition in the while loop, and at the end you can do I plus plus. After this, here you can do I plus plus. Here you can initialize I equals to 0, and you can convert this to the while loop. Okay, yeah, that's nothing. It's a same kind of just difference of syntax. Correct. Learned all. Right. Cool, yeah, cool. So now I hope it's clear to everybody. And remember, yeah, anyhow, what I want from you guys is that because we need enough motivation, enough management support to keep continuing in this series. So what I want that everybody should subscribe this and press the bell icon, that by which you can get the update of every upcoming live and every upcoming video. First thing. Second, please share this live and video to your other friends which need it, right? Because anyhow they will also come in the coding interviews. So also please help them. Thank you to all. Bye bye. See you in the next live. And I want that you should all practice these questions. And trust me, when series will end, nobody can stop you in cracking a coding interview. Nobody. But you must have to be honest. Once you're honest, you are good. You're good to go. You're going to rock. Bye bye to all. Bye bye to all. See you tomorrow.